Hello friends, this is Manish Chauhan from jagoinvestor.com, and in this video I'm going to talk about 10 key changes which are done in budget 2023. I'll make it very simple for you, and I'm only going to cover those points which are relevant for a salaried class individual. Okay, so let us start. So I will start with the first point, that is that there are no changes done in old tax regime. You know, there is old tax regime and new tax regime. So there was this confusion that the changes has been done in the old tax regime, but that is not the case. The slabs are exactly like that, okay, whatever it was there in old tax regime. So if you are going to claim anything like ADC, HRA, home loan interest, or medical insurance, if you are going to claim anything like that, this is the tax slab you are going to be, okay. So that's the first point. The second thing is that in the new tax regime, now there are 5 slabs. So let me explain that. Earlier, like the slab was like this. It looks something like this. And there were total 6-7 slabs. Now it is reduced to just 6 slabs. I mean, apart from the first one, now there are only 3. So if you're earning anything up to 3 lakhs, the tax rate is nil. From 3 to 6, it is 5%, 6 to 9, 10%, and like this. Only above 15 lakhs, it is 30%. Okay, so this is one change which is done. The third point is that the standard deduction of 50,000 rupees is now extended to new tax regime. Earlier, in old tax regime, there was standard deduction of 50,000 rupees. So you could directly reduce 50,000 from your overall salary. Now that benefit has been passed to new tax regime also. Okay, this is one big point in the budget. Now the next point is that there is no tax up to rupees 7 lakhs income under new tax regime, which means that if you are earning up to 7 lakh rupees, then there is no tax. And with standard deduction, now if you earn 7.5 lakhs, still there is no tax. Let me explain that. So imagine that a person is having an income of 7.5 lakh rupees. After deducting the standard deduction of 50,000 rupees, the taxable salary will be 7 lakh rupees, right? So there will be no tax. Okay, this is because under section 87A, the government is giving this benefit to all those people who are earning up to 7 lakh rupees. Okay, but if you earn more than that, what happens then? So if your income is 8 lakh rupees, in that case, the taxable salary becomes 7.5 lakh rupees after deducting the standard deduction. Remember that there is no exemption or ATC and HRA, all those concepts are not here in new tax regime. So your taxable salary will be 7.5 lakh rupees after deducting the standard deduction. If that is the case, then the calculation will be like this. So if you now calculate it, you will have to pay 5% under 3 to 6 range, and then 6 to 9, you will again pay tax at 10%. So the total income tax will be 30,000 rupees, right? Okay, so that is the next point. Now, what is the high level conclusion? Like, what should you choose? Old tax regime or new tax regime? So here are some high level conclusions which I have come up to. So you can choose the new tax regime if your income is less than 7.5 lakh rupees per year. If that is the case, and the second case is that if your total deductions, total exemptions are less than 2 or 2.5 lakh rupees. So if you are claiming, let's say, ADC and some medical insurance and nothing more, if your total deductions and exemptions are up to 2.5 lakh rupees, then even then that new tax regime will be beneficial for you. Okay. And when should you choose the old tax regime? That is only and only if your total deductions are very, very high. So if you are claiming ATC, you are claiming ATD in full, even for parents, then you are having, either very high HRA, or you are claiming home loan interest up to 1.5, 2 lakh rupees. Only in those cases, old tax regime will make sense for you. So that is the case. Now, I will also share a calculator with you, which will help you put all your numbers, and you can see that, how much is the tax in old tax regime and how much tax is in the new tax regime, and then you can choose based on that. Now, remember one thing, old tax regime is most likely going to, get scrapped in few years. Why I am saying that? Because you can see that, government is trying to make new tax regime very lucrative now. All the things, good things are going there. So standard deduction is there. Then the tax slabs are also more attractive there. You can see that ATC is not increased or anything, any benefit like that is not given in old tax regime. So slowly, what government wants is that most of the people choose new tax regime, and then when there are very less people in old tax regime, government will most likely say that, now we are scrapping that. So that I feel is the game plan. So yeah, as I said, government has made its mind. So what I would say is from next year, I don't think you should expect a lot of changes in ATC and, FPD or home loan interest. I think there is no action there now. Yeah, I think I've covered that. Now let us move to the next point, which is the senior citizen savings scheme limit is now raised to 30 lakh rupees. Now this is a very, very big positive thing which has happened. So earlier, if you see, the limit was 15 lakh rupees in this account, okay, where senior citizens could invest. Now it is 30 lakh rupees. Okay, and the good part is that for this quarter, the interest rate is around 8%. So what it simply means is that if you have your parents who wants to invest in any kind of government secured investments, you can choose senior citizen savings scheme. If they put up to, let's say, 30 lakh rupees, they will earn 7.5%, 8% or 7%, something like that. Okay, that becomes close to 2.2, 2.4 lakh rupees a year. And that is like on a per month basis, it's around 20,000 rupees, right? So good thing. So you can choose this. The second thing is even the post office MIS limit is now raised. So earlier, if you have a single holding, you can invest 4.5 lakh rupees. If it is in joint holding, the limit was 9 lakh rupees. Now that is raised to 9 lakhs and 15 lakh rupees. So anyone who wants to invest in post office or monthly income schemes, they have a good news. The current interest rate right now is 7.1%, but it keeps on changing quarter to quarter. Now, let us come to the next point, which is leave encashment is tax-free up to 25 lakh rupees. And the limit earlier was 3 lakh rupees, which was set long back, I think around 2002. So if you don't take your holidays, your paid holidays, and it gets accumulated and you get paid at the end, either in your retirement or once you leave the job, at that time, it is tax-free up to 25 lakh rupees. So if you get like, let's say 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakhs, it is tax-free. If you get, let's say 30 lakhs, so 25 lakhs is tax-free, only the remaining 5 lakhs will be taxable. So it's good news for those people who are accumulating a lot of their leaves. Now let us come to a very important change which has been made, which is mostly for those people who are in the rich class or so let me explain. Now there is 20% TCS on foreign remittances under LRS scheme. Let me explain this what it is. So first of all, let's understand what is TCS, which is tax collected at source. Now in a very simple way, I can say that tax collected source is something that when you make any kind of payment, when you make any kind of purchases, then the tax is deducted there and it is like an advance tax, right? So I'll give you an example. So if, for example, if your child, let's say, goes outside India and you are sending money for their education, you are sending them and paying any kind of fees, any kind of hostel fees, this comes under education, which is self-funded by you. In that case, the TCS rate will be 5%. Okay. And this is applicable only if the payment is in excess of 7 lakh rupees in a year. If that's not the case, then this is not applied to you. Okay, so if it is for education or medical expenses, then the TCS rate is 5%. If it is education, which is through a loan, you have taken a loan from a financial institution, then that case it is 0.5%. Rest, all kind of foreign remittances, wherever you are sending money out of India, the TCS rate will be 20%. Earlier it was 5%. Now in this budget it is raised to 20%. Now, what does that mean? So this amendment will come in effect from July 1, 2023. Now, let me explain how it works. So let's say you want to make any kind of payment. Okay. Let's say you want to send 10,000 rupees. Now that is the cost. So what will happen is you will not be paying 10 lakh rupees. You will be paying 12 lakh rupees. 2 lakhs additional you have to pay. That is 20% TCS. And that will be paid to the government in your name under your PAN as the tax, advance tax, okay, from your side. Remember, it is not an extra cost, okay? It's not that your cost has increased. It's just that your cash flow is now more complicated. You have to pay extra in form of tax. So 2 lakh goes into tax, advance tax, and 10 lakhs payment is done, okay? And you can later claim this 20% TCS in case you have no taxation in India, or if you have more tax to be paid, then you can adjust this. So for example, let's take this example. If you pay 10 lakh rupees, if you are sending money 10 lakh rupees outside India, then 2 lakhs is TDS, okay, TCS, sorry, and your entire tax in the year is, let's say, 5 lakh rupees. So you can say that I have already paid 2 lakh rupees, so I can pay, I will pay 3 lakhs more tax, okay? So that way it is just paying in advance. So what things are impacted here? So for example, one of the thing is foreign tour packages, okay? If you are going for travel outside India and you are taking a package, okay, holiday package, and you are paying more than 7 lakh rupees, in that case, your cash flow is more now. You will have to pay 20% TCS extra, okay, which you can claim later. Remember that this is only applicable on foreign tour packages. It is not applicable when you are making all the bookings, you are doing the hotel bookings and flight and all these things, okay? So that is one. The second thing is, let's imagine you are sending money to your kids who are studying outside India for any non-education purpose. So if it is not tuition fees or hostel fees, which is included in the package, if you are paying just for their, day-to-day living expense and all these kind of things, then the TCS is applicable. Even for those people who are investing in foreign stocks. So a lot of apps are there through which you are investing in let's say US stocks and all, right? So what is that? Even that is counted here. You are sending the money. So if it is more than 7 lakh rupees, even this will, here the TCS will apply. If you're buying property abroad. So I've just given all those, cases where TCS will apply. But I would say don't worry too much, because this is not for everyone. This is only for people who are, I would say, dealing, they are sending money for some purpose out of India, and for people who are little rich, okay, not for middle class. Okay. Now, yeah, as I said, TCS is not tax, it is advance tax, and you can claim it later if you don't have any kind of tax by filing the return. This is mainly done so that, government can catch those people who are rich, who are going outside and sending money abroad, but they are not paying tax for some reason. So it's for them mainly. And let us now come to the next point, which is, now there is a big change in this budget, which says that any traditional insurance policies where the total premium paid in the year, okay, is more than 5 lakh rupees, now it is not tax free, which means that when you get back your money in future in form of maturity or in case of, income every year, it is not tax free, okay. Now, couple of points here. I know people will be confused if term plan money is included in that after their death and all that. So no, that is not the case. So let us see the final points now. So first thing is that all insurance policy proceeds which are in form of income every year, or at the end when you get a big maturity amount, that will be taxable only and only if your aggregate premium paid per year by that person is more than 5 lakh rupees. So if your policy premium is 2 lakh rupees or 3 lakh or 4 lakh or 50,000, you don't need to worry. If you're buying a policy of, let's say, one policy is of 2 lakh rupees, one policy is of 4 lakh rupees, then your aggregate premium in a year is 6 lakh rupees. In that case, those policies will be non-taxable. Taxable at the end. Okay. Now, yeah, as I said, aggregate premium is meaning is this. Now, remember, this is applicable only for all the future policies which are going to be issued after 1st April 2023. Any past policies which you have already bought and you are going to pay the premium in future, that is not impacted. Okay. Only if you are buying a fresh policy, new policy after 2023 April, those are going to be impacted. One more thing is, this rule does not apply for death benefit. Any insurance policy, if the person policyholder dies and the family gets the proceeds after the death, that is not included in that. That really will be tax free. And last point is that this rule does not apply for ULIPs. For ULIP, there is another rule. Okay, so this was one major change. And now let's come to the last one, which is the capital gains exemption on investing in other property is capped at 10 crore rupees. Now you must be knowing this rule that, if you have a capital gain, you either have to pay tax on that, or you can reinvest that money into another property and save all the taxes. Now, earlier, let me give you an example. So let's say there was a property for 50 crore rupees, like you sold the property for 50 crore rupees and the capital gains was 20 crore in that case. What you could do is you could invest all 20 crores and there was no tax for you. Everything is saved. But now that limit is capped to 10 crore rupees. So now if the capital gain is 20 crore rupees, for example, and you buy another property, only up to 10 crores you don't have to pay tax. On the rest 10 crore, the taxation will be there as per the rules. Okay. So I think this is not a big deal for, most of the people, because this is only for ultra rich and ultra HNI people who are dealing with properties of 5, 10, 50, 100 crores like that. This will impact them, not for the normal genre. Okay. So that is all. I hope all these points are clear to you. In case there are any doubts, please ask me in the comment section and I'll be happy to reply you. Thank you.